We're back talking about the nature of a disc and how little movements will make your day potentially miserable. Because so often we think about, well, I lifted up this huge block of wood, or I twisted with 80 pounds in my hand and that's when my back went out. But I can't tell you how many times, and I'm sure you have experienced this, you've sat on the couch for watching a movie, or you've been reading on your phone for a little bit and you go to get from a sitting position to a standing one and you get stuck. And you think, man, I'm never going to move again. Like, this is horrible. And then all of a sudden it changes and you're like, all right, I'm going to work myself up. And over the course of the next few minutes, you get yourself back upright and you're like, oh, I think I'm all right again. But holy crap, was that few minutes a scary period of time where you didn't think you were ever going to get upright. That's a disc injury. That's disc pain. That's something that I call, or that is termed, derangement. All that means is that when we sit in a position, we stress out the disc tissue, and when we look at something like a disc bulge actually will change quite a bit as you go through your day. When you're feeling good and having a bulge, that disc is largely looking back as it should, centered and in a good position. It's not pressing on the nerve, it's not inflamed. Let's say you and I sat down and we watched a movie for an hour on that cruddy couch, and you're all slouched up and hunched up, your feet's out in front of you, and so what we call that is a flexion position. Everything is down and forward, and you're watching TV for a prolonged period of time. What that does is if we take our vertebrae and we go flexed, we expand on the back side, and that disc starts to go out backwards. And so when we look at a bulge, it's going to go one way or the other. So you go to stand up and it might shoot down your right leg. That bulge has migrated while you sat. And so when you go to stand up and you eventually get yourself back upright again, you have re-pushed that back in. Now, that is something that we really need to focus on treating because we can stabilize that. It won't then progress. You can do things on your own to avoid irritating it. And so for those of you who routinely experience pain in transitions, sit to stand is a clear sign that your disc, or at least a part of your spine, is getting put in the wrong position when you sit. This is something that is very, very fixable in most situations. And so we'd ask you to just let us know, and we'll walk you through some simple steps of fixing your own back pain with just postural changes, with just some simple lifestyle ideas, and we'll help you feel better.